Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the renewed Dacia Duster. The old model was already 4 years old, so it is time for a facelift. They changed some things to the exterior of this car, to the interior of the car, and there's also some news under the bonnet. Of course, in this video I'm going to be showing you all of that, and we're going to take it for a drive. But before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also give this video a like if you like it. Let's start this video in the interior of the renewed Duster. Because, well, Dacia cars used to be really simple cars with not much stuff on it. But that really changed over the past couple of years. And actually, in this Duster, you really get a lot of standard equipment. For instance, you get ABS with stability control and traction control. You get these buttons on the steering wheel. You get airbags, and you even get curtain airbags here in the front. There's also a limiter here, which you can use instead of the cruise control. You also get an onboard computer as standard, just like the radio with DAB, MP3 and Bluetooth. And there's also a tire pressure monitor system as well. Now if you decide to go for the more expensive versions, you also get cruise control, you get a reversing camera, you get even cameras all around the car. You get a blind spot warning system, and you also get this 8-inch infotainment screen. So like I said, you really get a lot of stuff on the Dacia nowadays. The Duster has been on the market since 2010 and they've already sold more than 2 million of them. This is the second generation, and of course this is the renewed facelift model you're looking at right now. So they changed a couple of things to the exterior of the car. So for example, you get new headlights, and they've got LED daylight running lights that have kind of a Y shape. And they kind of look like the lights that you also get on the new Sandero. The turn signals are now also LED lights, making this the first Dacia to have LED turn signals. The grille still has the same shape, but you do now get these new chrome elements here that do give it a bit of a new look. And this orange color that you're seeing right now also is new, and it's called Orange Arizona and looks pretty cool. On the rear there's also a couple of new design changes. For example, you get new tail lights. The previous tail lights were more square and had like a cross in the middle, looking a bit like the tail lights that you get on a Jeep. But now you get these new tail lights that also have this Y pattern here in the middle, just like you get on the headlights. You also get this new spoiler on the back that ensures there's less air resistance behind the car and therefore lowering the fuel consumption and the CO2 emissions. You also get new wheels from 16 and 17 inch that were developed in the wind tunnel, and they also provide less air resistance and therefore lowering the fuel consumption. Then let's have a look at the cargo space. You got 487 liters here, and if you fold the seats down you get 1600 liters. Here in the back you don't get a false floor or like a load floor that you can lower. You just get some carpet in the back with some insulation material, and that's it. You do get some hooks here in the back that you can use to tie down your luggage. And you also get a light here as well, so you can see what you're doing at night. And you also get a 12-volt connection here in the back, but not here on the side, but you actually get it here on top. And I think that is really clever, because now you can use it with a USB adapter, and then people on the rear seats can use it to charge their devices. So what about the back seats? Well, this Duster is of course an SUV, so it's quite a big car, and you can really tell because you got plenty of headroom here. Legroom is actually decent, but this isn't the most spacious backseat area I've ever been into. However, my knees aren't hitting the seat in front of me. I'm 1.80 meters, and of course this driver's seat is in the same position as how I would use it. And you also got an armrest here that has 2 USB connections to the back of it. So if you got like 2 kids sitting here, they can both charge their devices. And like I said, they can also use that 12-volt outlet as well over there. Now if you got 3 kids sitting here, they can all sit next to each other because the Duster is quite a wide car. And the tunnel here down below is quite low, so that doesn't provide a problem either. You also got like 3 headrests, and you also got another buckle for the person in the middle. You don't got an armrest, and the times that you had to roll down your own windows in a Dacia are long gone, because you also get electric windows in the back. Alright, driving the renewed Dacia Duster. You can get this car with a couple of well-known engines. For example, the version I'm driving right now has the 1.3 petrol engine that produces 150 horsepower. However, what is new is that you can now get it with an automatic. I've got a 6-speed dual clutch automatic in this car, and it shifts fairly quickly, even if you put it in like the manual mode as well. But don't expect it to be like the fastest shifting transmission out there. Of course, you don't get that in the Dacia. But for normal daily use, this transmission works very good. And this 150 horsepower version does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 9.7 seconds. And the top speed is just shy of 200 kilometers an hour, because it will do 199 kilometers an hour. You can also get this engine with 150 horsepower with a manual, of course, and also with four-wheel drive. Another version that I find particularly interesting is the biofuel version. So that's the version that can use LPG and petrol. Now it kind of depends in which country you live. Because in certain countries it's really cheap to drive a car on LPG. In certain other countries it's not that cheap, and sometimes it's not even available. Now obviously by my accent you can tell I'm from the Netherlands, and in our country it is a really popular version. It is the most popular version because it's really cheap to drive on LPG. It's a lot more cheaper than petrol, which is really expensive in the Netherlands. And besides that being the version that you can really run for cheap, that is also the version that has a really long range, because they increased both the size of the LPG tank and the fuel tank as well, and now the car has a range of 1200 kilometers, which is about 750 miles, which is quite a lot if you still see it as a petrol car. So the chassis on this car really hasn't changed. You basically still got the same ride, because this car basically only had a facelift. That means the ride is still very comfortable, but not very dynamic. Probably the opposite of dynamic. If you go into a bend, the car will dip a little bit. But again, for daily driving, that's just fine. Nobody's buying a Dacia to do some sporty driving anyway. They did also change the seats. You got some new upholstery here that is really easy to clean. And the headrests are also a little bit different. So now you got a little bit more support for your head here. And I do really like the interior of the Duster. It's still very basic, and you still got a lot of hard plastic here. But again, very easy to clean and very hard to break. But it does look actually pretty good. You got 5 air vents here, which is, well, a lot of air vents. And it got a little chrome strip around it, which looks like a little detail, but makes it just a lot better to look at. Makes it actually look pretty classy. You also got 3 dials down here. They also got a chrome strip around it. I'm pretty sure they're just Renault parts, which is also very good to have, well, more expensive parts in a cheaper car. And you can use these dials to adjust the temperature and the fan speed. Now behind the steering wheel you don't get a fully digital gauge cluster, of course. You just get 2 analog clocks here, but you do get a little screen in the center, and you can see all sorts of stuff on there, like your range, your speeds, and your fuel mileage. Now on the steering wheel, like I said, you got these buttons that are again pretty much straight from the Renault parts bin, because you got the same buttons in, like, say, a Renault Captur. And you can use these buttons to set the cruise control or to go to the menu on the small screen in front of you. So that's basically everything you need to know in a nutshell about the new Dacia Duster. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video.